Did you know that PWU has a Patreon? No? Well, now you do. You can get things like exclusive videos and merchandise, vote on polls for upcoming videos, and so much more. To find the full list of things that you can get by being a patron, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited today.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we're here on a... Hold on. Are we live?
Yeah.
Interesting, because I'm not being shown anything. Let me refresh my browser. Sorry about that, guys. Nick, what's going on?
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to the Smackdown Live recap.
We're good.
The Smackdown Live recap, review, analysis, breakdown, synopsis, report, reactions, feelings, emotions here for May 29th, 2018. We're almost at the end of May. We are at the end of May, basically. And so I want to start off the show with a question to the audience, and especially to Tim. What is the best cereal ever made?
Fruity Pebbles.
Nope. You're wrong.
To each their own.
The best cereal ever made is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Fruity Pebbles.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is absolutely phenomenal. There is nothing better than that.
I say Fruity Pebbles.
Say something?
I say Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, you sounded deep there for a minute, and I got confused. I want to see what chat has to say, but while chat still files in here with Molly Sheernan, I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong, Kenny Omega, Globile Wards, the Chilled Child, Woken King Slender, Alex Rodriguez, Rios 2003. Rios 2003's picture is the WWE 2K19 logo. Did you get what I DM'd you on Twitter?
Which time?
With the can you Photoshop me into it?
No, I did not see that yet.
Okay, no problem.
If it was in the hour, then no.
Lucky Charms, that's a contender. Jeff Guevara just says, hey, what's going on? Rice Krispies, ew. What your mom never let you have sugary snacks when you were a fucking kid? If your favorite's Rice Krispies? That's fucking sad. It's like saying your favorite's Raisin Bran. Oh, God.
Raisin Bran.
French Toast Crunch, I appreciate the effort, but I didn't like it.
Why?
But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Smackdown Live.
Smack Dizzle Live.
Man, I'm leaving the channel after that.
Okay.
Oh, God. Anyway. Oh, we just went unlive for a second. That was weird.
Did we?
Yeah. Said the stream stopped. Now it's back. Anyway, Smackdown Live. Tim, why don't we talk about what happened on SmackDown?
All right. So open good old Samoa coming out. Very first thing.
Joe.
20-foot ladder. Throws it in the ring. Slides it in the ring. Goes up and climbs the ladder. He's climbing the ladder. Kind of hits his head a little bit on some of the briefcases up there. I guess he didn't judge correctly how... What's it saying? How tall or how high he was going to be.
Bad depth perception.
So he goes up there and he's like, I'm taking on Daniel Bryan tonight, and one thing's going to happen. I'm going to send Daniel Bryan home. I'm going to go into Money in the Bank, and Daniel's going to have to go home to his wife and his daughter and watch Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that line was pretty fucking harsh. Like, it just came in real hard.
Joe said that this is going to be like a biblical story, and he's going to tell his own version. There is no salvation or angels, and he wouldn't be the one smiling after Money in the Bank, or that he would be the one smiling at Money in the Bank. He said that he would unleash Rampage on the champion and shake this place to its core. I apologize.
Thanks, Comcast. You fucks.
All right.
Oh, goodness. Fixing it, guys. Don't worry. We're
fixing it. Should be better now. Yeah, we should be up now. All right.
I mean,
so Joe encouraged Bryan to call his wife and tell her that he's, like I said, he's going to be coming home sooner rather than later. He said that he would turn a man drenched in regret, failure, and missed opportunity,
rough,
and a man who left the way...
Come on.
This is written weird, but he said a man who left him the way he was very sad. He also sent out a tweet earlier in the week stating that he was ready to take down the dragon. If you don't understand what that means... Daniel Bryan's old gimmick in the Indies was the American Dragon. So I like that callback
like the callback, and I think Samoa Joe has absolutely dominated the mic as of late. Him, Daniel Bryan, Aiden English, Seth Rollins, Elias, and Braun have all just been absolutely fucking killing it on the mic lately, and it makes me very genuinely happy to hear.
So Daniel Bryan comes out, doesn't even play his music, and he's like, "You crossed the line. Don't ever bring up my daughter or my child again." I guess Joe wasn't watching when Ellsworth brought up Birdie, and Daniel was like, "I'll kill you if you talk about my daughter again."
Huh? They don't really talk about Ellsworth anymore.
It was a joke. Because remember when Ellsworth said something about Daniel's daughter, he was like, "You bring her up again, I'll kill you."
I know.
Anyways, he said, "Don't bring up my daughter and wife again or I'll break your leg." Bryan said, "We don't have to wait till later to have this match. Let's do it right now." Cass then comes out on a crutch. Even though we know that Cass is fine because he did wrestle Monday night in a tag team match where he teamed with The Miz to take on Daniel Bryan and Ty Dillinger. So he comes out there and he's limping, like he can barely get in the ring, like his legs all still busted up. And he said that this opportunity belonged to him, not Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan doesn't deserve a second chance. Cass said that he spoke with the general manager, Paige, and the match between Bryan and Joe was not happening tonight. Cass said that it would be him against Joe in the final spot for Money in the Bank once he's cleared. Cass said that he was cleared right now. He then swung the crutch. Bryan ducked and it hit Joe. Bryan went after him, but Cass whipped him into the ladder. Cass then leveled both guys with a briefcase. He posed, and the crowd booed.
Yeah.
So then,
I mean, if you got to get a guy over his heel, you put him up against two of your two most anticipated fucking guys to face off, I guess.
So then, you got Nakamura backstage. And he's walking around with these big old cue cards.
He's basically the new fucking version of the Count.
So, when they first announced Ty Dillinger versus Shinsuke Nakamura, I didn't get it. But after this little 15-second segment, I got it.
Yeah, because there's 10 days until the match.
No. Because in a last man standing match, you have to be counted out to 10. Ty Dillinger is the perfect 10. Because what he was doing, essentially he had 10 cue cards, and he was throwing them down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we got to 10. He's like, 10. And then he just rips it and crinkles it up.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I really fucking hate how they're kind of shticking him. Like, haha, goofy Asian man. It's fucking, I don't use this word. It's fucking retarded. It is just the stupidest golly dang thing. I'm trying to keep this wholesome and not cuss, but they're just sticking him with the they're just sticking him with the funny Asian guy. It's like, why? Where in the world is this funny besides 9-year-olds and Vince McMahon, who's basically a 9-year-old with good
ideas? As long as he doesn't start walking around like he's half blind and Mr. Magoo, we're good.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. That's the issue. I wouldn't put it past him.
So Paige was on this show a lot tonight.
Yeah, she was.
Paige was walking around backstage, and she was stopped by Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They claimed that she couldn't handle the pressure of making big decisions, and she's been making mistakes, like giving people opportunities they didn't deserve, including Asuka. Paige then said, "You want to prove you're better than Asuka? You're going to face her tonight," and she made Mandy Rose versus Asuka. Paige continued Paige continued walking, and Renee Young stopped her. Stopped her for an interview, and Paige made sure to keep walking and brought Renee with her. Walking gives the illusion of the story moving forward. Renee asked if Cass was telling the truth. Paige said Paige wasn't expecting Joe to go to the ring first thing and take over her show tonight, but she did like the fire that he had in his promo. She said tonight's main event will not be a singles match. It'll be a triple threat with Cass, Joe, and Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
We then had Nakamura and Ty Dillinger. Match went almost 10 minutes long, like 9 minutes or so. Through the match. Huh?
Decent match.
Yeah. Through the match.
I mean, those two guys are really good friends, which is also kind of cool.
Yeah. So through the match, Nakamura was trying to win by countout and was doing the counting himself. Dillinger got up at one point to Nakamura's surprise and held up the 10 sign, pissed Nakamura off, fended off Dillinger's brief comeback, and hit a Kinshasa for the win. Crowd was into Nakamura, but that was about it. They were into cheering for him when they weren't supposed to, I guess you could say.
Does Corey still scream Kinshasa whenever it happens?
Not as much, I don't think.
Not as much.
He's not,
I guess it's kind of a baby.
He's not Steve Carino anymore.
Yeah, but it's also just like a super babyface thing to do for him.
Right. So after the match, Nakamura gave Dillinger yet another Kinshasa, this time to the back of the head. Nakamura grabbed the mic and loudly counted to 10. Directly. Huh?
Early predictions. Who do you think's going over there?
AJ.
You think so?
AJ Styles.
You gotta give it to Nakamura.
You got to, but it's WWE. When you have to do something, they don't do it. Like like when you should do something to make everything seem cohesive, they don't. Like Roman should have won at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I guess you fucking bested me there. Continuing on.
Like Nakamura should have won at WrestleMania. There you go. Anyways, directly.
Nakamura should have won at Mania. Nakamura should have won at the Rumble.
He did win at the Greatest Rumble. I was confused there for a second.
Rumble.
All right. So directly following this match, AJ was interviewed by Dasha backstage. Styles thought Nakamura has snapped and gone crazy, and he's now picked a dangerous stipulation. But Nakamura was making a mistake many of his opponents make, and he's underestimating AJ. Styles always fought harder and smarter than any opponent he's had. He was the last man to leave the gym, first man to get to the gym. First man to get to the arena, last man to leave the arena, last man to get back. He said that he was not going to be the last man to get back to his feet, though. He will be standing at Money in the Bank.
I don't know. I think
it was a little cute play on
words. At least with this one, there's no way for them to bullshit the ending. Because you can't count both guys.
Yes, you can. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Royal Rumble 2004. Both men were counted out in a last man standing match.
God damn it. But they're not gonna bullshit this one. They can't. I fucking say that. Like, what it feels like to be an innocent child loving wrestling again. They won't make Nakamura lose another time.
Yeah.
Fuck me. God damn it. Oh, to be fucking innocent again.
So where was I? New Day was shown backstage, being delivered pancakes by Mr. Bootiesworth. We then cut to a weird segment. Well, not really segment, but weird little shtick thing where Sheamus and Cesaro were throwing pancakes at the Miz. Miz had his little headband on as a blindfold, and he was karate chopping the pancakes until he finally caught the last one and ate it.
I fucking love it. It's fucking
I was like,
hilarious.
are you kidding me?
That's so fucking funny.
Then we had Lana and Naomi dance off.
Hold on, going back to The Miz for a second. The Miz has such a nice balance of like really good wrestling ability and really good comedic timing.
Well, yeah.
Is great comedic timing, and it's very underappreciated. I fucking love him.
All right. God. So Aiden English and Rusev come out to
announce. Can I tell you how much? In the age of rap music, with guys like Drake and Enzo Amore and Tekashi 6ix9ine, I think that's how you say it, and Lil Pump, there is no better fucking rapper than Aiden English.
What about Real One?
Ooh, that's up there. Ooh, with such fire lines as grabbing my consensual penis and I ain't no Bill Cosby. Those are legitimate fucking lyrics in a real song made by a real human being.
You know he's paying at least $300 to have that video on the front page of World Star.
That's phenomenal.
Anyway, Aiden English. Oh, Rachel Buck, thank you for the $2 Super Chat donation. Lana did a spin-a-rooney.
Yeah, she did. Thank you, Rachel.
So, Aiden English and Rusev come out to introduce Lana. Aiden English does his normal thing. Then Rusev grabs the mic. Lana is the best. Lana #1.
God damn, I love it. I love it.
So, Lana comes out. Naomi then comes out alone at first. And then the Usos music hits. And the Usos come down to join her. They come down, they all get in the ring, and Lana's up first. Lana does her dance. Dance is okay. It's like what we normally see of Lana when she's dancing on her Instagram and stuff. Mm-hmm. The whole pop lock kind of moves, you know?
Sure. I'm a white guy. I know what that means.
She does the spin-a-rooney to end it all off. Naomi's next, and Naomi is more of like a how would you explain her dance?
Cheerleader and dancer.
It's more of like a backup dancer for a hip-hop rap artist type deal.
Yeah.
They did make reference that she was a backup. I think it was Byron goes, Naomi, she used to be a backup dancer for Flo Rida. And Corey goes, well, she's not that good, and that's why she was stuck in the background. I was like, damn. And if you didn't see it, while this segment was going on, Rusev was live on his Instagram. As Naomi's dancing, he's just sitting there. That ain't dancing. Nope, that's not real dancing. You're no good. That ain't dancing.
Hey, Roman, he has this guy Roman in chat says, where my 6ix9ine gang at? Probably in bed because most of his fans are still children and still have a bedtime because they don't know good music.
So they do the dance or whatever, and they do their little, you know, what you call it, and then they hug. And I'm like,
yeah.
What? Then they go to shake hands, and they keep their hands connected, holding hands. They both lift up one leg, put one arm up in the air, and they start hopping around. And I'm like, what the heck is this? Then they do the old 90s cross arms and back-to-back thing. And then Lana goes, I'm a heel now, and gives her a neck breaker.
Oh, that neck breaker she gave looked nice, too.
Yeah, it did. All hell breaks loose. The Usos hold back Naomi. Rusev and Aiden hold back Lana. So what's Lana do? She walks over and slaps Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, there you go.
This led to everybody fighting, and that was it.
Which now leads, and WWE had confirmed this on Twitter, that next week we're going to be getting a 6-man mixed tag team match. Six mixed man-woman tag team. What is it called? Oh, what are the dumb names? It's going to be a
match challenge. A six match challenge.
That's so stupid.
I don't fucking know.
Remember when Shane used to call things a 6-pack challenge and it made me want to jump off my fucking roof?
How about we just say this? Hey, we're getting a tag team match, playa.
Yeah. Did you also raise your hands to the roof when you did that?
No, I did not.
Were you also wearing a suit that was clearly too big?
No, I did not.
Did you ever... you should listen to some of the shoot stories that...
Okay, so it's not a 6-man. For some god-awful reason, it is... Hold on.
Oh, God.
Naomi and Jimmy versus Lana and Aiden. Hopefully Rusev ain't injured.
Oh, I understand it. No, it's Aiden and Lana versus Jimmy and Naomi. You are wrong, Nick. We just fixed it. Jeez Louise.
Why is it
Stop being mad at me.
Aiden and not Rusev?
Probably just the way I want to give Aiden some wrestling time.
I hope Rusev.
They also probably don't. They also probably don't want Rusev getting pinned.
They don't care about that.
They don't, but you never know. They look like they're kind of pushing him. I would understand why. I don't think Rusev's hurt. I don't think.
Moving forward, 6-man tag team match. It was the New Day taking on the Miz, Sheamus, and
Actually,
Cesaro.
a fun match. Cool spots.
Yeah, I liked it.
I appreciated it.
Heels worked
It was
over.
probably the match of the night.
Heels worked over Kofi and took out Big E before he could make a hot tag. Kofi managed to tag in Xavier, who ran wild on Sheamus. He did a spot where he used a kneeling Sheamus as a launching pad to dive onto Cesaro to the outside. Woods and Big E hit a cool STO backbreaker combo, but Cesaro kicked out at 2. Miz seemed to have it 1 after a distraction led to a DDT on Big E, but Kingston broke it up. The bar dropped Woods over the barricade. Then Kingston took him out with a huge dive over the top. Big E then nailed Miz with a big ending for the win. Really, really fun match. Crowd was actually into it.
Nice.
Afterwards, New Day looked up at the briefcases, and it was like, who's gonna go? Who's gonna be in Money in the Bank? They didn't say. So I think they're all gonna come out at Money in the Bank, and only one of them's gonna get in the ring.
Yeah, most likely.
It's one of those.
Yeah, Kenny Omega.
It's one of those. You won't know what member of New Day's in the match unless you watch the pay-per-view.
Because that's why I'm watching the pay-per-view.
Right?
It has to be Kofi.
No, it's got to be Big E.
No.
I
why?
think it's E.
Why does it have to be Big E?
Because they've been really pushing E as far as on commentary.
If you're going for it to be fun, if you're looking for a fun match, you put Kofi. I don't think Big E needs to be anywhere in a ladder match because there's already one big guy.
Who, Joe?
There's 2 big guys. No, Braun. You can't have 3 fucking big men in that match. That's too much.
You can.
It wouldn't make sense.
Hey,
it wouldn't make sense at all.
It's 2018.
Right, but in a money in a ladder match,
it
becomes a little unbelievable at that point.
Think about TNA in the X Division. It's about no limits, not weight limits.
Fuck off.
Let's see. So we go backstage.
Hold up.
What?
Hold up. Christian Sybiel says, long-time viewer, first-time commenter on these live shows. Can I get a shout-out? Keep up the great work, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. Thanks, brother.
All right. Avion Epps. I think he's got it. We're all wrong. It's Xavier Woods.
I see it. If they're going for fun, I can see Xavier offering you some cool spots.
I mean, Big E will do
this is where we can implement what Nicholas was talking about.
Yes. Hey.
This is where we can implement what Nicholas was talking about.
It's going to be Big E because then he's going to do a dive off the ladder to the outside like he does through the ropes.
I don't want to see him die, though.
He'll die.
I don't want to see the man die. But like I said, this is where... Oh, damn, Nicole, fucking Tim, shut up.
Oh, the champ. Champ's right. Rusev's in that ladder match, too. 4 big men. Yeah, there's
way too many big men in there. All right, anyway, let's continue.
All right, so we have a backstage interview with Gallows and Anderson where Luke Gallows says, this is Carl Abs Anderson, and he's in the best shape of anybody, and he's shredded. Buried the hatchet with the Usos after last week's match and said that they shared a few beers. That's about it.
Can they say that on TV?
That's what I heard.
Is that PG? Are beers PG?
They then talked strategy about...
Oh, and is Kevin Owens in the ladder match?
Yes.
And Kevin... There's so many big men!
But you can't even count Kevin Owens as a big man. Well, because Owens is a high flyer in himself. I mean, Frog Splash.
Yeah, but I mean, so is Joe, I guess.
I mean, Joe, when he first started in TNA, he was doing corkscrews over the top rope, just running and diving.
Yeah.
Joe's a crazy motherfucker. Anyway,
let's continue.
They said that they've talked strategy about what they're going to do against the Bludgeon Brothers, the Nerds, Harper and Rowan. And they suddenly appeared on TV, and they said, the depraved will infect the descent. Minds obliterated. Souls corrupted. Bodies liquefied. Prepare yourselves for the Bludgeon Brothers.
You know what that really reminded me of?
What?
Reminds me of fucking Sami Callihan's shitty gimmick in NXT. Where he's like, I'm gonna hack the world. Like, it really reminded me of that. Like, it was like the lonely fucking loser that lives in his mom's basement and he comes up with these weird poems. So basically Bray Wyatt. But it's weird. They're being way too, and I know which the kind of their niche is being those creepy guys, but they're leaning towards much too. Ugh, is that how you want to say it? They're leaning
too much towards.
They're leaning too much towards the Wyatt family, so they might as well just be continued to call the Wyatt family. I don't know why they're changing it if it's the same. It feels like the same promos, feels like the same wrestling style, feels like, the same everything, the look, the feel of it. So why not just fucking call them the Wyatt family and say, we don't die. Something like that. Yeah. Like, I don't know why you went with the Bludgeon Brothers. It doesn't make sense. Because it's just the Wyatt family with a new name.
True.
I mean, comparing it, the only difference is there's no Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
which, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Harper and Rowan are just stuck with that forever. Like, they can never just be two wrestlers. They're going to have to be those kind of characters.
Yeah, they got to be the wacky, goofy. Well, I don't want to say goofy.
I've seen, what was his name in the Independents? Brody something.
Brody King?
I think that was his name.
Not
Brody Lee. Huh? It's not Brody Lee.
Oh, Brody King?
Yeah, I think that was him. It was just he was just a dude on the independent scene. And now that he's been kind of stuck with this, it just feels kind of like shitty for him. I feel bad for the guy.
Brody King and Sami Callihan had a crazy ass brawl over the weekend in AEW.
Saw that.
I'll have to send you the video. I don't know if you saw it. All right, so anyways, they show Asuka backstage. She's putting the rest of her face makeup on, and then she puts her mask on. And Tom Phillips informed us that she will be facing the stunning Mandy Rose next.
Is that her new name?
I don't know. That's what he called her.
That?
He said the stunning Mandy Rose. Mm-hmm. So we had a 5-minute match between Asuka and Mandy Rose. DeVille attacked Asuka during her entrance. Asuka wanted the match to start anyways, and this allowed Rose to take control until a commercial break. After the commercial break, they went back and forth for a little while until Asuka got Rose in the Asuka lock and made her tap out. Carmella was on commentary for this, and they asked her, they said, Carmella, is that going to be your fate come Money in the Bank? And Carmella was just like, no, I'm not afraid of Asuka. And she got in the ring. She got right in Asuka's face, and then moonwalked back out of the ring. And they were
so
like,
you know what?
And Corey Graves literally goes, "Oh my God, that's the most guts anybody's ever shown against Asuka. Carmella's got such confidence going into Money in the Bank."
So you know what kind of makes me worried?
What?
The 2 women's matches at Money in the Bank are Lana and Asuka. No, excuse me, not Lana. I'm sorry. Carmella and Asuka. And on the Raw side, you've got Rousey and Nia. If you go by Raw, Nia lose. She looks like the biggest fucking pussy on the planet. She's fucked.
Okay.
And now Rousey's your champion. You can have the cash-in happen on Raw, and let's say it happens during the match, while let's say Ronda takes a nasty bump outside. Someone from the Raw side wins the Money in the Bank, comes in and cashes it during the match. That way Ronda doesn't get pinned. But then if you do that, then you suffer Carmella, who's probably your best heel champion, just losing to Asuka clean, because there's no way Asuka should lose to Carmella.
Right.
And if you do it vice versa, if you have the cash-in happen on SmackDown side, then what is that going to mean for Raw with Rousey as your women's champion? Because at some point, the legitimacy of Ronda has to go away, and the pro wrestler in Ronda has to come out, and she's going to have to lose. Who on Raw is going to beat her? Honestly, who on Raw can beat her? No one. Sasha, no.
Natty?
Bailey, no. No.
Because
Are you gonna give Natty a title?
They did last year. She was a champion this time last year or whatever. Well, not this time last year, but right around this time last year.
Right, and Andrea, I know that Ronda technically loses if a woman cashes in, but she doesn't get pinned. She doesn't get pinned. Think about that. She gets fucked over. And Alex Rodriguez, before your message got retracted, I saw what you had said there. The Iconics could interfere in the SmackDown women's match.
But why?
I don't know.
Well, I guess no. Because I would say they were trying to kind of make them a stable with Lana, but it never, or not Lana, but Carmella, but it never really progressed into anything. They kind of dropped it.
I know. I don't know.
So then we had another segment here with women. And nothing against the women or anything, but this was just a weird as hell segment. So Charlotte and Becky are standing backstage watching the whole Asuka Carmella stuff. And Charlotte was just like, Asuka's going to win at Money in the Bank. And then it's going to be SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Asuka. Women's Money in the Bank winner, Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania rematch. And Becky goes, you're half right there. Look to your left. There's a wall in front of you. You need to look to your left. More to your left. Look a little more to your left. Keep going. Look a little more. There you go. I'm going to win Money in the Bank. And the two were like, no, I'm going to win Money in the Bank. So you see Paige creepily, like a little vampire, walk behind them in the shadows. I'm like, what the hell was that? So my first thought was, Paige is making a match for next week. And so Paige walks up, and she's like, hey, girls, I love the banter back and forth. You know what this is, right? Team PCB. We got PCB here. How about we do a little tea time? A little tea time? Yeah? No? Okay, bye. And then segment just ends.
I thought it was funny.
But then, after the commercial break, they do actually announce Charlotte versus Becky next week.
I hope that Becky wins the women's Money in the Bank. Becky or Ruby?
Ruby's not in the match.
No, she's not. All right, Becky or... I'm going to try to pick one Raw, one SmackDown. Becky or... Becky. Those are my picks.
Well, if you're
Becky
picking from Raw, you got Sasha, Natalya.
None of them.
Ember.
None of them from Raw. Nope.
Or Alexa.
No. Nah. Alexa shouldn't even be in the match. She just lost the title. Why is she in another title match?
So that's like saying, why should Charlotte be in the match then?
Exactly. Why should Charlotte be in there? I don't feel like Charlotte deserves it.
Hey, why should Roman have gotten the match at Greatest Royal Rumble? It all
because
doesn't
that's
make
the
sense.
big dog.
It all doesn't make sense. Hey, Alexa's the goddess and Charlotte's the queen.
Yeah, but none of them are dogs, like Roman, or big, like Roman. Let's continue on here with the
So, main event time. Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Big Cass. Bryan
last name just gets thrown in there.
Huh?
That last name just gets thrown in there.
Basically.
Oh, Joe, Daniel Bryan, and Big Cass.
So Bryan and Joe go after Cass early. Then Joe went after Bryan. Bryan countered with a backflip, but he actually slipped and kind of landed on Joe's back. He sold it by falling down in the middle of the ring, onto the middle turnbuckle, I mean. Joe took out Cass with a suicide dive. Then Bryan took both of them out with a dive of his own off the top. Go to commercial break. When we come back, Bryan attacked Cass's leg until Cass knocked him down and tossed him over the announce table. It seemed like this was the way to take Bryan out of the match for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Joe was sitting on the top rope, and Bryan came back and took Cass out of the ring. They brought Joe down with a Hurricane Rana. Bryan followed this up with a running drop kick on Joe until he was cut off by a clothesline from Cass. After yet another commercial break, Joe chopped Cass, who responded with a spine buster and an elbow drop, but Bryan broke up a pinfall. Bryan kicked away at Cass, who caught him and used a spinning side slam. Cass is visibly gassed at this point. He barely got Joe up for a spine buster and a move on Bryan that wasn't exactly smooth. He then left the ring for a moment, I guess to catch his breath. Bryan gave a dragon screw to both men and then the yes kicks, leading to a 2 count on Cass. Bryan did another dragon screw to Cass, but Joe caught him from behind. Bryan reversed a pin attempt, and Joe caught him and rolled out of the ring. Bryan then went for the yes lock on Cass, but Joe grabbed his leg. Bryan gave a running knee to the outside to him, and then he followed up back in the ring with a missile dropkick on Cass. Bryan kipped up, which led to the crowd going bananas. Hit a huge running knee on Cass, but Joe ran in, broke up the cover, put the Coquina clinch on Bryan, and Bryan passed out. Afterwards, Bryan struggled to get back to his feet and was immediately booted in the face by Cass as showing off the air.
Naturally.
So there you go.
That's how it ended. And people are saying that we missed the Almas segment. Literally, Sin Cara touched Almas. Zelina said, "Why are you touching Almas?" Sin Cara walked away.
Oh, it wasn't even on my notes here.
That was the whole thing.
Oh. Well, my bad. I apologize for that.
That was it. And that was Smackdown Live on May 29th, 2018. That was our recap, review, analysis, breakdown, reactions, thoughts, feelings, synopsis. I think those are the only words I can fit in there. Am I missing any? I don't know.
Rios 2003 says, "Where is R-Truth? R-Truth still can't find the arena. He doesn't know what city we're in."
What the fuck is he doing? What do you think he's doing?
I don't. Collecting a paycheck for doing nothing.
Neville?
No,
anyway.
Neville ain't getting paid. Neville's contract's frozen.
That's true. You guys can find us over on Patreon at patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Enjoy the boatloads of cool reward tiers. You can also check me out on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. No, we're not going to talk about 205 Live, but I thought the Cruiserweight title match was fucking phenomenal. Oh, I dropped a magnet on my phone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at PW_Armstrong, and you can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Tim, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And also, check out our friends at Fightful.com. Go over there for all your pro wrestling, MMA, boxing news. I mean, you want to know about the UFC? You want to know about Bellator? You want to know about the WBC? Go over there. You can follow them on Twitter at FightfulOnline or Fightful Wrestling or Fightful MMA or Fightful Boxing.
Oh, yeah.
They're all over the place when it comes to combat sports.
Way too all over, but they do some hard work. And you can always check out the Fightful Wrestling Weekly every Friday at 6 a.m. So
6 a.m. Eastern.
6 a.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock us.
3 a.m. us. Yep.
Phenomenal. That's about the time I go to bed on Fridays. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the PW Unlimited podcast. Later.